Hey everybody, welcome back to Baseline Farms. My name is Jade. Hope everyone's doing well. So today we are going to finally remove those gates in front for the goat stalls, and we're going to reinforce them. So I was going to take them out last night and remove them and make it easier, but I didn't because I was pooped out. So we are going to take them out today, and I think it should be easy. I mean, I'm just going to have this. We have a wood pile, and so I went out and picked up a bunch of wood yesterday. And so John bought me this tool. My husband, he bought me this tool because I was making stuff and I was using a handsaw, and he felt bad for me, so he bought me that tool to cut wood with. So yeah, so now we're gonna make some reinforce the goat gates that I made in the past. So what happened was I just put one board all the way across, and they just pushed through the fencing that I put on it. So what I'm going to do is just add maybe another board and make it super solid so they cannot push through the gate. That's my goal. All right, so I've never done this before. I only did it one time, and as you can see, I'm taking it apart to redo it again. And that is what we're doing today. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to set you up. We're going to remove the two gates. I'm going to bring them over here, and we're going to figure out how to make them better. Let's get started. All right, so I removed the gate, and then I went through our screw arsenal, and I found some screws, like, I don't know, like different sizes, and some long ones. I think these are like 3.5 inch. I found some washers, because just in case I need some small washers, some large washers, and just a smorgasbord of screws, just all different kinds. So, because I don't know what I'm going to need. And yeah, let me show you what this gate looks like, give you an up close view of the gate. So this is what we're working with. We have a smorgasbord of different boards because I just went out into our field and got some. I didn't purchase any of this stuff. I did have some of this hardware that I'm going to screw, and maybe, let's see, I don't know if we're going to reuse these ones or if I'm going to buy some heavy duty locks. And we're going to reuse these little latches as well. So I'm going to take this all apart. I feel like because the screen is all the way to the edge right here, I'm going to see if this is long enough, if it comes all the way to the edge. If not, I'm going to cut another piece that is long enough and make sure that it kind of hangs over the edge. Not a whole bunch, but just a little bit, so that way I know that it's 100% sandwiched in. And then I'm thinking about, I don't know, I'm going to reassemble the whole thing and start from scratch. So let's get started, and I'm going to be using that wood right there. And yeah, let's get started. Amateur gate building 101. Here we go. right, so now that we have all of our wood cut, I'm going to go ahead and take our fencing, and I'm going to sandwich this in so that way it can be nice and secure. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet, but at first I thought I was going to use some washers, but I don't think I'm going to use washers. I think I'm just going to go ahead and lay it down, cut it, and then screw it on, and then add the support pieces in the center and make an X in the center. All right, so wish me luck. Let's go ahead and get this fencing sandwiched in. But first, we have to make our frame. I'm jumping the gun here. We got to make our frame first, and then we can cut out our fencing. So let's go ahead and make our frame. And what I have here, let me show you what I have. I have a bunch of stuff. I have these guys right here. You know what I was showing you. These little guys right here. And so I think I'm going to put these in the corner. And that way when I add the other piece of wood, I don't know, guys. Or these corner braces. I have a bunch of these corner braces. Or I have these type of corner braces that I could use. So many options, you guys. Let's see. Or I have these type of corner braces that I could use. Maybe I'll just use these corner braces because I did have these guys on there before. Decisions. But then if I use these guys, I got to talk this out. If I use this one, let's see. Then when I do the board across, I could I don't know, you guys. I have these brackets too. I don't know, maybe Johnny can help me. He's coming right now. I'm gonna have to ask him some advice on how to do this because I'm not too sure myself. I have some questions. Can you come help me? All right, so I took down, telling our friends here, I took down the gate, okay? So I have my pieces all ready to go. And then I'm gonna get the this fencing, I'm gonna put it down the center, and I'm gonna sandwich it in with the rest of the wood, okay, like that. Then I'm gonna have the support beam that goes across like that. So I don't know, I'm not gonna make it this size. I'm gonna make it so it's all the same 2x4. So now if I put it like this, which obviously this is not gonna fit because it's different size, how do I mount it on?
Mount what on?
This one.
Screw it in.
I think it would be like that.
Screw it in that way. There. Screw it in. There you screw it in.
Could I use these things? No.
And it, yeah.
Like, I don't know, something like that. Okay. I was gonna sandwich this in too, so that the one's on one side and the other one's on the other side.
I feel like they're still gonna ram that fencing. That fencing's not that strong.
That's why I was gonna do this one, and then I'm gonna put another piece to make an X, like that. So it's gonna be a pretty heavy gate. and it's all going to be sandwiched in
Well, I mean, they
together.
can't even fit through those holes, so they're not going to try.
Yeah,
If it was this big, they could be like, oh, I could fit through there, and they could push it all.
yeah.
But with it being
Then
those little tiny
X.
holes, they're not even going to try because they'll knock it out of the big can't fit.
Okay. Alrighty. Thank you.
But
Right.
I would have done these ones.
Yeah.
I would have overlapped and made this longer since you have,
Oh,
you know what I mean?
yeah. That's smart. I should have did that. Well, I have some more wood. I think I'll do that.
Where'd you get these from over there?
In the field.
Are
Mm-hmm.
there any more of them?
Mm-hmm. A whole
Because I
bunch.
need 6 of them.
Hmm.
Otherwise, I have to go buy them. Including that palm tree.
There might be some 6 there. All right, so let me go ahead and drill these all together since John's home to help me out. All right, so I figured it out. I'm going to put these little brackets in the corner so that way I have something to secure that support beam that's going to go across where I'm going to make that X in the center. And so I got my screws. I'm going to drill these in, make the frame, and then put that chicken wire, this fencing in the center, sandwich it in. And then, yeah, let's see how this turns out. And I'm just going to go ahead and set up the camera. We're going to go ahead and work on this. Yeah, wish me the best. All right, everybody. So it is the next day. After John got home, I ended up stopped working. I stopped working on the fence. I ended up going inside. But I did finish doing the frame. And then John set me up with a little workstation because he was like, why are you working on the back of the truck when we have a huge barn and, you know, everything that we need to make a little work table? So here's my little workstation. And what I have done was I built the frame using these little corner brackets right there. And then John and I were talking, and instead of doing the fencing in the center, I think this would look so much cuter to, you know, put the wood right here in the center, kind of have it flushed like that, and then put one of these little L brackets to secure the fencing in place, or these boards in the middle. And I think that would be small enough, the little gaps will be small enough where the baby goats, the kids are not going to be able to get through. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And then I don't know what color I'm going to stain it, if I'm going to stain it or if I'm going to paint it white. Maybe just paint it white would be nice. So let's just go ahead and get started. I think this is going to look so much better than, you know, having sandwiched in a huge piece of metal, even though that might be even stronger. But, you know, we'll do it this way. We'll see how it works and see what happens. And then we'll go from there. So let's go ahead and start this new project of cutting the wood to fit into these slats, into this frame. And so first I'm going to measure, and then we're going to cut. that I have all of the pieces cut, I kind of cut them like so they fit nice and snug. So I have a mallet that I'm going to lightly pound in some of these. So, change of plans. So I was getting a little frustrated because I was trying to put the boards in and I couldn't get the drill, in this way. And so I was thinking I was going to have to go to the hardware store and get different brackets to go across. But what I decided to do was, instead of doing, 4 boards, which I thought would look nice, I decided to just do 2 boards in the center and then put these L brackets to make sure that they're nice and stable. So that way, even if they were to climb on them or anything like that, that it's not gonna, break. Then, because I need to make it secure so the babies don't get out, I decided to go back and put the chicken wire or that fencing on and sandwich it in. Yeah, I had to take a step back because I was getting quite frustrated on how to, figure out how to put these things in. I know there's a way, but I'm just not, I got to figure it out. I've never built gates before. But, I tried to put the screw this way. It was just not working. So I know there's little metal brackets that you can use that you can attach the pieces on, but I just don't have those, and I don't want to drive to go get them. So, change of plans. We're going to do 2 boards, put the chicken wire. I'm going to go out to the field. I'm going to grab some more 2x4s and then just sandwich in that piece of wire. And I do have some extra ones, so I don't know. I might just, make it super duper heavy duty and just sandwich it in like that. And then hopefully I'll never have to replace this gate again. So let's go ahead and do that project, do that method instead. So now I'm going to make sure that these are equal. I'm going to, set them in, drill them in. I'm going to cut that piece of wiring, that fencing. I'm going to look for some staples and I'm going to staple it in possibly. that way I can just sandwich it in. I don't know. Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do. Get some fencing staples. All right, so let me go grab all my equipment. All right, you guys. So it is a little bit later in the day. So I finished up one gate. I don't know what made me think that I was able to reinforce two gates in one day. I've never taken shop before. I've never done this before. so so yeah, and I felt like I did a pretty good job. Uh yeah. So let me show you what I did. So I replaced one of them and it's completely straight. Okay. John came out, he looked at it, he measured it, and it's straight. But the barn is not straight, you guys. The barn is crooked. And these girls want some food. Let me feed these girls real fast. Give them some alfalfa. Um, so the barn door, so I built the gate, lined it up, leveled it, everything looks good, and then put it up against the barn to, close it. And the barn door is all crooked, which reminds me, yeah, that's what happened. That was my dilemma last time was I built it and it was all crooked, so I shaved off half of it. So, and this time it was super heavy, so John had to help me, hold it while I was screwing it in. And yeah, and the barn is the door is crooked. So he said he could cut the door a little bit to kind of shave it off to kind of make it look a little even. So that's what he's going to do. So when you see it, it looks like it's crooked, but it's not my work. Believe me, I was so frustrated when I saw it and I saw that it was all crooked. I was so upset because I spent so much time building it and it took me forever. Okay, so it's kind of dark in here as you can see, even though this is kind of deceiving. So let me go ahead and I need two hands for this. So let me go ahead and put you down, grab this alfalfa and feed it to the goats, and then I'll show you the gate. Okay, so let me show you what I'm dealing with real fast so that way you know what I'm talking about. So there's the gate that I built. And it's pretty sturdy. I'm happy with it. Everything looks really nice. Like I put the hardware on. I'm going to have to show you a better view when it's brighter out. Let me see if I could adjust the lighting here. All right, so the sun has finally set, but this is the gate that I built, and I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, it's pretty sturdy. I used all 2x4s all the way across. I put the fencing in there. I put some washers with the screws so that way the fencing won't slip out. And I made sure that it was completely secure all the way around. I put screws, I think like 6 screws down each side, across the center. The bottoms have some anchors on them right over here. I have some anchors because I stripped a couple of the screws. So I ended up having to leave these on here, these brackets, but these are screwed together like that. All right, so then sorry, Rosemary, there's Rosemary, they're eating dinner. So when you close it, do you see how there's a gap and it's uneven right here? And the reason for that is because I have to take this all apart, these brackets, I have to take that all the hinges off because do you see this piece of trim right here? It's flush, like kind of right in there, and then it goes all crooked all down the side. So John's like, oh, I could just shave that off, but that doesn't make a difference because I have to push it back, if that makes sense. Like it has to be flush. So I have to remove this board, the siding, put it on properly, where it's flush and even, and then that way the door will fit properly. What a bummer. Such silly problems. But yeah, so I'm happy. I'm happy with the end result as far as the gate goes. I think it looks really good, and I wish I had better light to show you. So I'm gonna have to show you when it's daylight how it looks. And I'm happy with how strong it feels when I'm closing it. It doesn't feel like there's gonna be any sagging or anything like that. So, and I don't feel that anything's gonna be able to get out of there. So I'm pretty happy with it, and it looks cute. And I think I'm gonna paint it white. I don't know. I kind of like this wood color, but I'm really happy with it. All I had to do is now fix the trim. Yeah, so that's that's another project, another day. I'm gonna have to, and there's so many nails in there, guys. Look how many nails. I have to pull this all out. I don't know who nailed that in. I don't know where they thought that piece of trim was going, but it's not going anywhere unless I pull it out. So that's what's gonna happen. There's Strawberry. Hi, girl. No, I had to put the light on. Hi, girl. And then I have to add more light in the stalls for like this one right over here. I have to add a little bit more light right up in here. I'm going to add like a beam of light, and I have to put a light bulb up there. There's no light bulb in this stall. So that's what I have to do in here. But it is dark, and I had to come in here. Sorry. Yeah, it is dark, and I had to come in here so it's better lighting so you can see me better, because it took me all day to build this gate. I can't even believe it. But it's okay. The next gate is a little bit bigger, and I don't know. I hope it goes a little better, and I hope that I'm going to build it exactly the same so they match, and I hope that it fits right and everything looks correct. So I'll go through the process with you. I'll show you how it looks afterwards, and I don't know. Maybe I'll just show you when I take down the door if everything goes well and when I rip off that trim. I don't know. I might be going down a rabbit hole with that, taking stuff off this old barn. But I want the door to fit properly and look nice, aesthetically nice. So the next one, I have to get the other gate, come over here. And, John was asking me a good question, like, why am I not using the old gate? And it's because when I built that old gate last year, I was just using scrap wood. So there was like 1x1s. They weren't quite long enough. I just kind of put that like, it was like a Frankenstein gate. It was so like willy nilly. I just put a bunch of wood together, like so many different sizes. And so I wanted it to be a little bit more sturdy. It was my first one ever, just, playing around with cutting wood. And so now I wanted to build a sturdier one that's going to last a little longer. So I think this is going to last for a good while. And I'm excited to see, how it's going to do against these goats and them pushing on it and stuff like that, because that's what they do. They push on it. So I might have to get a latch for the bottom too. I don't know. We'll see. Um, but this is where I'm going to leave you. So hopefully you enjoy this video. Thank you for watching. Take care. Be safe. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.